What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I'll be right with you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel.
It's gonna echo for just a second.
Right with you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel.
It's gonna echo for just a second.
Right with you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel.
It's gonna echo for just a
Right
second.
with you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel.
Echo for just a
Right
second.
with you. What's up, everybody?
All right, that's that. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. We have the big 30th anniversary Spinarooskies tomorrow. But we got some spin action going now. So here's the deal. I want to read this comment to you because this is 1000% accurate. And this is how I feel. But I'll explain why, because that's always the next question. Well, why play? I'll explain. But let me give you this little comment. And I want to discuss a video I just released on UFL for just a brief second because it ties into this comment. Okay, so comments. You all. Alright. Efootball. I don't play this game anymore because of the cancer. When you play rank 147 or a top ranked player and you lose 2-1 or 1-0, all because you can never break their defense due to the auto clearance from Smart Assist, while their clearance even will turn into automatic lofted through balls sometimes. Dead piece of trash game. There's no place for it in any player versus player. Obviously meaning because AI is helping so much. Now listen to this one. This is due to UFL, where it's come out that based on the video that I released about all the cash grab type of things that they're doing, which is very obvious to me, right? And I made a video, but I made it off of sheer speculation, just off of being an educated guesser on what I'm seeing in the game. And then another larger content creator who has a close relationship with UFL, or at least had, clearly not anymore, basically confirmed what I said and basically said they're a piece of trash company, and I was basically said I was correct. So here's the comment related to that, and you'll see how it ties into eFootball. Okay. This is from another content creator says this. I've expressed my concerns multiple times in the official Discord server when people defend UFL. The developers' lack of communication and infrequent patches while they continuously push new things that cost money, basically. The new promo, let's call it, because you guys are eFootball players, so I won't get into the nitty-gritty, but the new promo is clearly a scam. The ability to buy your progress even with real money completely undermines the fun of the game. It's just another tactic to pressure players into spending cash. The packs offers terrible value, making the grind feel unrewarding. And in eFootball would be the spinning with their system. It's terrible value, right? One user argued that you could never open top packs in EAFC, trying to dismiss my comparison of the grind required in UFL versus EAFC. Just like people in eFootball say, well, FC restarts every year, so you spend hundreds of dollars, but you get to keep the players. Terrible comparison, and I'll explain why in a bit. And this content creator says, in my opinion, even as a free-to-play player, your progress is faster in FC than in UFL. And by the way, you also get a much stronger team, much more options with regards to top players, and you can compete at the top without spending a penny. Okay, to get the top players in eFootball, you're spending hundreds and hundreds. For me, it was $700 to get a full squad. I'm talking starters, subs, and then a few reserves. All the top players, around $700, and that was only a few months in. I still didn't get like a Patrick Vieira. I still didn't get a Romario. I had Hullet, I had Rijkaard. I didn't get Baggio yet. I have him now, but essentially, I could create that same type of team for almost free. Like maybe I could put in a little bit of money to get R9 or something like that, but even though if you don't get the very, very, very best over there, you can still get very good players. So that's a little bit of a difference. Okay. So, the next part he says, so that's what he was saying about FC. I still play and stream UFL occasionally on my secondary channel to create more content and potentially share more football videos because I love football and football games. Same exact thing with me. However, EAFC is simply the better option. It's just the truth. Yes, it is a pay game, but it offers a variety of modes. eFootball and UFL offer none. And countless ways to enjoy your money's worth. It's the truth. You're paying $100, but look at all the modes you're getting. Look at the content. Look at all the objectives, the cups. You're getting everything. Every weekend, even having champs. eFootball doesn't even have their, what was it called? Timed limit, test your limit, whatever the fudge. That's only every now and then. Okay? In contrast, UFL as well as eFootball force you into ranked matches against glitch abusers for meager rewards. I mean, the rewards are terrible in both games. After 9 years of development in UFL, as well as eFootball has been around for 30 plus, as we're celebrating the 30th anniversary pretty soon here with the Spinnaroos coming tomorrow. The game lacks basic football knowledge, right? And UFL is way worse on this. But there's just nothing substantial to keep players engaged. That is the truth. I went into my Discord and asked them, so what do you do? And they're like, no, the game's not boring. I do this, this, and this, and this. That's great. I'm glad. That's what I'm looking for because I'm not going to give up on eFootball. Only reason I'm somewhat out of UFL, not totally though, until I get concrete proof. I'm 95% sure that game is going under, especially now that I have some people that say they have concrete proof, and I tend to believe them. Now, if Nanik ends up lying about it, I don't know why he would, then so be it. I end up being wrong, he ends up being a liar. But as of right now, I have 1 foot out in that game. The reason I don't have 1 foot out in eFootball is because I truly believe in the core of this game and what this game can be based on its history. UFL doesn't have any history. They were scamming right from the start. I think that whatever happened in recent years, whether it's just this blow up of online players spending money, who knows what it is. But I do believe that eFootball and Konami can get back to their roots. Call me naive, call me crazy, but at the core of this game is beautiful football, and that's just the case. But everything in this post about UFL is also true for eFootball. The lack of content is ridiculous, especially for the money they charge for the top players. Where are you going to use those top players if there's no modes? Oh, yeah, just divisions. Now, I'm happy to tie this into something else. And I'm going to get to the comments in a second. So what's up, everybody? I'll be right there. I will be starting my first ever eFootball League. We will be still playing tournaments in UFL and eFootball, but the league is what's coming. Now, how is this going to look? I am putting myself in the league, along with however many players. I haven't decided the number. On each weekend, we will play Saturdays. The league will go for X amount of time. I will make video recaps. I will keep track of goal differentials. Everything. Everything will be kept track of. And we will crown a eFootball inaugural league champion in several weeks. I will be releasing this invitation. Now, 2 things are required. 1, you must be an Ogfc member. That's the only way that I can think to totally alleviate the rats, the potential of people to ruin this. And I will also be revising my channel as we move forward. I am not in this for the money whatsoever, but I do need to make some money to make this possible, just because of the setup, because of the cost in eFootball, because of everything. I have no problem hosting certain things. I have no problem doing everything that I'm doing. But it's got to be, if I go to this next step, there has to be some value brought back in. That's just the bottom line. And I feel like for $1 a month, I feel like I more than cover that. And I feel like anybody that's a true supporter of the channel would not have a problem with that. If for some reason somebody's like, $1 a month, screw you, I can go watch so-and-so for free, then okay. But as I move forward into leagues, cups, and offering this different content, I know that will be one-of-a-kind content. I've already hosted a couple of tournaments, but that was prior to my new setup. Now, I can stream everything. I can commentate everything on stream. No more going to Discord, having to do this or that. You literally just have to be able to share your game in Discord. You do. For me, it will be shared with everybody else via stream. When we play each other, it will be obviously on stream when my game comes up. All you have to do is make sure that your game can be shared on Discord so that I can share it with everybody else on screen. And to do that, I'll show you exactly what we do. And I'll show you how it would look for anybody curious for the tournaments. It literally, buttons are sticking, one sec, will look like this. Open Discord. And what's up, Sammy, Michael, Mac? How are you guys? Damn it, why is my kick thing not on here? 1 second, guys. Sorry. Then I'll show you this. 1 sec. Window. Discord. There it is. So, you would literally go into Discord, and at the very bottom here it says voice channels. Okay? You see me? I'm on here right now. It would be at the bottom, and then you'd click in here to the voice channels. Right? I could create one, and then the people who are playing will know how to do it. They can look it up. They'll have their screen shared. Whatever opponent they're facing, when whoever the host is will have their screen shared. You click on it from down here in voice channels, and boom, you can watch it from there. But for me, I'll be streaming it all. So you'll have it pop up just like this, but you'll see a big screen of football, baby. If you didn't want to watch it on my stream, though, and you just happen to be in Discord, that's how you would do it, just so you know. But that's exactly what I'll do to get it on here. Then, when we want to go back to the game, we simply do that. It's very easy. I'm ready. Now, I wanted to make sure I had this upgraded system, so to speak, to make it better. I wanted to make sure it was I had the ability to stream it all. And then, obviously, we will be commentating as a group. Now, obviously, I can mute the other people in Discord if I want to, if the over talking gets too much or this and that, and I'll commentate. But for the most part, I like to leave it open, and I like to leave anybody in the Discord chat to be able to commentate on the game at hand. And it's just a good time. So coming soon, we will have our eFootball League, just so you know. Be ready for the invitation to open up online. You will, to enter, have to be an Ogfc member. I have two different levels of membership. The reason why I say that is because the higher level offers 1v1 coaching. You don't need that level to enter. The ground level, it's a couple bucks a month, and you get to enter the tournaments, the leagues, everything. Okay, so I feel like it's a very good value because we are going to turn eFootball content into the very best content with these leagues and cups. Mark my words. You only have heard just the beginning. For one, you'll get to compete, right? But we're going to have our own website. We're going to have our own invitationals. We already have 2 champions in the eFootball first 2 cups. Those carry over, right? Cozy, as well as, I got to look up my man's name because he hasn't been in the channel for a while, but he was a pro caliber player, an absolute beast. Sorry, my allergies are still killing me. And he won the inaugural. So once we get to 8, we have our first equivalent to Champions League, but our first eFootball Champions Cup. And then obviously the winners of the leagues also get spots and different things like that too. So not to mention you win the cups, you get invited to more cups. Eventually, we do different level leagues. By the way, I still have a system in my Discord, so you can play ranked matches in eFootball and UFL and FC, my own rankings. Now, I honestly found the system a bit confusing. It wasn't the worst of the worst, but I wasn't fully bought into eFootball at the time either. I was still like many footballers, man, because of the lack of content, because I want to experience the best football game, but I also don't want to leave players from the other games hanging. I was kind of going from game to game. Now, I did a poll fair and square. I left it open for, 10 hours? And even since then, you can still vote, and people have, and eFootball still is in first place, and that's for a reason. So with that being said, now that I'm fully bought in, I'll be looking either at using that ranking system or getting a new system for the future, okay? The reason I'm saying all this is because I still believe in this game, but I'm going to tell the truth about the game. That's the only thing that can possibly get these things addressed in the future. Ignoring this stuff, being a content creator that just acts like certain problems don't exist, right? That's not the way to go. That's not honest. And if you can't handle the truth, then I guess this isn't the channel for you. But it's not hating on the game, as I'm still playing it as it's going to be the main game I cover. And it's not wanting the game to fail. It's actually the opposite. I want this game to thrive and become the king of football like it deserves to be. And we're going to help get that done. All right, so I got to get my kick chat in here 1 second. What's up, Boom? How are you? Lusitano, how are you? So, for instance, Boom, he's a member of the channel. He's automatically in the league.